With Zite, you can build full business apps without code using AI, front end, workflows, databases. In this video, I'll show you how to build an order management system from scratch. Check it out. In this app that we're going to build, within purchase orders, we can select a new order to create a new order. And within packing slips, we can see the list of packing slips that are linked to our purchase orders. We can create customers and products, and we can edit each of these right in line as well. So let's get into actually building out this application. To get started, you can navigate to Zite.com. If you do not have an account already, you can get started for free using the link in the description below. Once you have an account, when you open up the login page, you will land on a page similar to this. And to get started, we can go in and click create, and we are going to create a new Zite. Zite is a AI app builder where you can build a front end, you can build in automations or workflows. So when you click a button or click something, something else happens. And then you can also manage your databases within it. You can also connect Airtable or another source to use as your database, but they do now have databases built right into Zite. So we're going to get started here to build our order management system. If I click Zite, I can now prompt it with what I want to build. Now, with our order management system, we're going to create a couple of tables within the database. So it's going to be purchase orders, which you're going to have your purchase orders and purchase order line items. This is going to be incoming orders from customers. And then we're going to also have a customers table. We're going to have packing slips, and this is basically our fulfillment. When we're shipping out an order or part of an order, it will go onto a packing slip. So we're going to keep it relatively straightforward. But when you click this, it's going to ask you to start prompting it. But what I highly recommend doing, unless you're just jumping in to play around with it to get familiar, you need to do some planning ahead of time. And there's a couple of steps. How you want to start is take a physical notepad or open up a notes app or Notion or whatever you use to make notes and start jotting down what it is that you're actually trying to achieve. Now, in our case, we're going to build an order management system. That's the first thing. I want to build an order management system. From there, what types of data do I need to track? Purchase orders. We also want to track packing slips. What type of functionality do I want? I want to be able to create, edit, and delete both the purchase orders and the packing slips. Write all of this down. It doesn't matter if it's super structured or clean yet, because once we go through and write down what we want the system to be able to do for us, the type of data that we want it to track, how we want it to operate, all at a very high level to start. Open up your AI chatbot of choice, whether it's ChatGPT, Claude, or Google Gemini. Again, doesn't really matter. Then from there, you're just going to prompt it, give it some high level instruction of what it's going to do. You want to give it a role, something like your task is going to be helping me outline a software that I'm going to develop. We're going to keep it concise or at a high level to start. We don't want to give Zite a mega prompt that is so complicated that it doesn't really know where to start, but we do want to give it enough detail so it knows what to build off the bat. That's why it's important to not just say, let's build an order management system. We'll say, let's build an order management system. I want to track purchase orders, packing slips. I want this core functionality, create, edit, and delete purchase orders and packing slips. Once you make that initial note, we're going to put it into, like I said, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and just give it, okay, help me create a high level outline of this app or system that we want to build. When you put it into the AI chatbot, it should spit out a lot more information and clean it up a little bit. And as you read through it, you'll probably have some additional ideas. Oh, let's change this, or let's add this into it. I already have went through these steps. For the sake of time, I don't want to go through all of this with you, but I'll give you a high level of the actual prompt that I am going to provide to Zite. So this is the prompt here. We're just going to say, build a database-driven order management and fulfillment app. Here's the tables, customers, and it included all of the fields to get started. Products, we're going to include in this case as well, and then purchase orders, purchase order line items, packing slips, and packing slip line items. Then it's got the relationships here as well, some of the core logic that I want, some of the functionality as well. the main menu and navigation in UI. So this is getting a little bit more advanced. We might not need to go this far right off the hop, but I want to see what it provides back to us. So these are also some of the screens that we'd like to see. And then it can be also important to say what's outside of the scope. So I don't want to do inventory tracking or accounting or invoicing at this point in time, because sometimes if we just say build an order management system, it will just take guesses and add in functionality that you may not need at all or at this point in time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this. We're going to go back into Zite. And what I also like to do, even though we went ahead and did some planning ahead of time, if we go over to this drop down, we can plan it. I'm going to drop this prompt in and it's going to go through and think through things, and it may ask us a few additional questions. Now, if you already have a database set up, we can click this icon and bring in the Airtable integration or whatever it is that you need. I want to actually build our database with Zite as well. And then there is this button as well, which allows you to pick the style. I'm just going to leave it as the default. And then you can change the AI model. I'm just going to use Zite Pro, paste in this prompt, make sure you have it set on Planet, and I will click Planet. Once it goes through its process here, now that I've clicked Planet, now it's asking me some questions. What level of UI complexity do you want for the list views? And I'm just going to keep things really simple at this point in time. Simple tables with basic search filter. I'll select that. Now it's asking me, should the app include user permissions and role-based access? Depending on who's all going to be using this app, that will change what your answer is. But for now, I'm just going to select the no single user or open access for now. We'll keep it simple. How should the app handle the elevated permissions requirement for deleting POs with packing slips? We are going to show a warning, but allow deletion. And then do we want any reporting or analytics features? No, we're not going to worry about that for now either. We're going to keep this quite simple to get started. It's now built the plan for us so we can read through it. And if you want, you can go in and make changes if needed. So if we realize here that we want an additional field, I can just come in here and add that additional field. Let's just scroll through it here. It's outlined all of the tables it's going to create, the different endpoints, so the actions that can happen, core business logic. Now it's planned out this entire app for us. And this is where we can add additional details if we feel that we need to. I'm just going to create it from here. I'll go ahead, click this build plan, and now it will actually build the application for us. Now it's started its build process. It's asking us about the Zite database. We're going to connect it because that's what we want to use. We'll click connect, new database, and it's going to analyze our app and take that initial plan. We have the entire database structure, so the tables and the fields that we want, and it's going to create the database for us. We can see here customers, we got name, contact info, and you can change the actual field types for each of these. But again, because we went ahead and planned this out quite thoroughly, there may be some changes that we need to do on the field types, but we will just create the database. Throughout this process, there may be a few database changes that you have to accept. Go ahead and click accept on these, assuming that they looked correct to you. The first version for the app is now complete. Depending on the size of this application and your initial build, it can take anywhere from 5 to maybe 15 minutes to generate the first version of it. Let's get in and do a little bit of testing to see how good of a job it did. If we see anything that doesn't look right to us, for example, this order date, I just want it to show the date or date and time in an easier to read format. I can simply come over here and make that change. But before we do that, I want to click through and see what types of other changes. We can see that there is also a search by PO number here. Let's see how this works. So when I type in 12345, it does filter correctly. We can see it has some order totals for us. We have a new order button. Click into some of the other screens, and it looks like it did provide some sample data for us here as well. Go into customers and products. We can see it did create all of these different menus, and it did a pretty good job for the first attempt. We can see we have a delete button, create a packing slip directly from a purchase order if we want, and it has a lot of this information here for us. That may be something that we need to do because it does show that there is an order total. One thing that we could do is click into the database and see what happens. So if we go down to the bottom here, we can actually see it didn't create, for some reason, the purchase order and packing slip line items tables. When I go into database, we can see that it didn't create the purchase order line items and the packing slip line items for some reason. Within the prompt, I must have had it instructed incorrectly. It looks like it's using a different method to track this information. So what we can do is we can go ahead and add in the tables ourselves within the database, because I did attempt to have Zite do it via AI and automatically. That didn't work for some reason. But for the sake of this video, I'm not going to go in and make those changes right now. So what we can do, though, to show you that some of this is working correctly, is we can go in and click a new order. We'll just create a new order, and the dates don't really matter. And we go in and add additional line items. So we can select a product if we want. Select keyboard. We'll do 5 of those, and it already has a price built in. But we can also change this if we want to as well. So we'll go 5 at $80 is $400, and we can't change that. It's an automatic calculation. We can create this order. We could have added an additional item if we wanted, and then we can click into it and we can view the line items here as well. Now, an additional piece of functionality that it didn't add is we want to be able to add and edit these line items. So we come over here and make that request as well. But again, that is just more prompting to build and iterate on your application. So for the very first shot at building out the application, it's got most of the tabs here that I instructed it to do. And what I recommend to each of you building out your own app for the first time, beyond just testing and playing with it to get familiar with it, when you actually want to build something you're going to use, spend lots of time ahead of time planning and reading through the plan that it builds out for you to make sure that it is accurate. And then from there, you can iterate on it and make changes and updates as needed. And again, using these prompts, you can change things within the interface. You can usually change things within the database from time to time, like I just experienced here. For some reason, the automatic updates don't happen correctly. And then the workflows, these are the endpoints or the actions that happen. So for example, when you select new order, it's going to create the new order and log that or add it to the database, or adding a new customer or making edits, and all of those types of things you can just prompt in here as well. But overall, this has done a pretty good job of giving me a version 1 of this to do some testing. It's way quicker than building out anything that you could do on your own, even if you are a software developer or a web developer. And to be fair, Zite is relatively new. They're constantly making updates and changes and getting better. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for more tutorials in the future.